Hello. I am processing a fundraiser right now, and I wanted to go live because whenever I come across just a tip, I like to share it because, as you could see, there's a lot of different fundraising videos I've done in the past just throughout the years. And so whenever I come across a tip that I may have not shared, or maybe it hasn't been in a while, I want to make sure that I am able to share that with you guys. So when you're processing a fundraiser, you may find that you get orders back like this with no information. You can put it in your letter. I have a fundraising letter to the parents explaining how important it is to get contact information. I ask them to, if they get, I basically give them like a little bribe that if they have all their order forms, all the contact information filled out, they'll get a little gift from me. And you'll still get orders like this. And this is actually somebody that has fundraised with me before. She's actually the coordinator. So she still just did it just with nothing on it. And so you'll find that some people pay by check. And so you can, if you kind of pay attention, you'll find out you'll be able to get some address information. And if you put it into your workstation, you will, now that we have Maven, it will show up in your follow-up cycle. And then you can shoot a little something in the mail just to kind of keep up with them and do some follow-up. Send like the warmer of the month flyer, or maybe you can send a little sample. The only thing that's hard is that, you have no way to connect with them directly except for just sending them in the mail. So you have to kind of make a decision of like, how much am I going to invest in this person? Because there's no way to contact them and find out if they just purchased for the fundraiser and they already have a consultant. But so you kind of have to decide, how much am I willing to put into this person to see how, if I'm going to get anything out of it. So what I'll probably do is maybe put a warmer of the month flyer in the mail next month after the order's been delivered as like a follow-up. And then if I don't hear anything back, I'll probably do it like 2 months, maybe 3. And after the 3rd month, if nobody's called, nobody's messaged me or went on my website or whatever, I'll also probably put a business magnet in their order. So, well, not probably, I always put a business magnet in their order so they have a way of contacting me. But obviously, everything has to be labeled when you mail anything out, so they have tons of different ways to contact you. And I'll even put a little note in the envelope of like how to subscribe to my business page, how to subscribe to my YouTube channel for product information, things like that. So that's just a little tip as far as while you're processing, that you want to put as much information as you can. And so this is a little trick in case you don't get any contact information back. Again, it's very important. I usually highlight the example of the order form with all of the contact information highlighted, and I'll put a little note, very important to fill out, please, with a big smiley face. And but then again, you still, sometimes they just don't do it. So you kind of have to just chalk it up as like, well, they're probably just ordering for the time being, whatever. But then it's important for you to contact the host of the packet, which is this packet belongs to the coordinator. And if they have a good amount of orders, that's when you talk to them about hosting again for, continuous support of their fund, their kids, dance fees, or becoming a consultant themselves. And if they got enough orders that was a qualified party, you can offer them the host kit. And now a fundraiser, because you're donating your commission, you probably want to keep the order for yourself because you went through all the work and you're, It's really up to you. It depends on how big the party is. It's really where your sales are, what your goals are for the month, if you're going to give them those orders. Now, if you do give them the orders, they're not going to be able to donate as much as you are if their own packet isn't over $2,000, because then when they become a consultant, if they join, they can only get 20% back. So you're going to be able to give them more if you're a certified consultant and above, which usually people that do fundraisers have at least gotten to their certified point of sales. But if not, then it's a wash. They can join and they get the same 20% you're offering them. So, anyways, that's what you'll have to discuss with them. But if you choose to keep the order so you can donate a little bit more commission, you can choose to basically give up your host credit that you usually keep for yourself to kind of pay yourself back for the work since you're donating everything, and put that towards their kit if they want it. And then you may end up gaining a consultant, and they will continue to follow up with their orders and replenish and refill their friends or whoever these people are orders, and then they can take the commission and continue to support their dance fees or whatever the fundraiser's for, um, uh, you know, as much as they place orders. So when you think of fundraisers, yes, the first thing is to be able to help and give back and help them for their purpose of raising money for their dance team or whatever the fundraiser's for. But the nice thing about fundraisers on a consultant standpoint is that you get points for your PRV, which usually can go towards some type of depending on the part of the year, a summer incentive, a fall incentive, towards promoting, and maybe annual sales. There's all kinds of really good benefits of fundraising. You build up a stock from free credit and half off items, which I always recommend, like for your half off items, kind of bulk up on like your scent circles and car bars that you're going to be giving away as gifts, or mailing your PWS orders, like little thank yous for placing an order, because they're going to spend between $6 and $8 in shipping just for their order. And sometimes you'll find on fundraisers, people will buy one item and their item is sometimes less than the shipping, which kind of like breaks my heart. So I'll send them like a car bar in the mail as a thank you for your order. And then it makes them, feel like they were compensated for that shipping fee. But I will either purchase that car bar or scent circle for half off, and then I write off the portion that I purchased as a write-off for gifts, or I get it with my free credit. So you always want to think smart and utilize your half-off items for good causes. If you have like a ton of half-off items, which I do because I have a ton of packets, I will contact my customers, my really good customers, and let them know, hey, I have a couple half-off items I need to use. You're such a great, loyal customer. I love you. You're one of my favorite clients, and I just want to be able to give you a deal that, I have available. And they really appreciate that. You don't do it, all the time, but maybe once a year, you're able to give them a little perk, an extra 50% off. And it just makes them see how valued and that you're thinking of them. So those are some small little tips that I may or may not have shared with you. As I go through the packets, I will create a spreadsheet per packet, and I will put the name of the customer, I can't share my screen. Sorry, I was thinking I was on Zoom. I'll put the name of the customer, the subtotal, which is the amount that's actually the donation for, the total, so they know how much they spent, and how they paid, whether it was online, a check or cash, credit card, and then the donation amount. So I will have a donation line of how much they got for that each order, and then I'll total it of how much their total donation is. I give that spreadsheet of all the different people to each packet owner, so whoever, the parent of the packet, and then I'll give a total with all of the total donations to the coordinator of all the different kids that participated. And I do that while I am processing each packet I'm going through. And the spreadsheet actually helps me calculate, make sure that all of the orders are are um, paid for properly. I have all the money. So then I can just look at, okay, I should have this much in cash. I should have this much in checks. And then now that we have technology, I just process my checks right from my phone as I'm doing it. So by the next day, hopefully they'll be in my account and I can just process everything and close it up. And then one thing that I do that I will do, get a piece of paper and I'll write the packet number and the kid's name. And as I process orders, if there are, I do some bundling. And so if there's a couple, one person wants a plug-in or a nightlight, we call them mini warmers. And then this person wants a mini warmer, and then this person over here wants a 6-pack, I will put it into a perfect Scentsy package. And then it gives me $10 to work with, and then I'll use $10 for some product for myself. So it's still the same total. It's not taken away from their fundraiser total, but I'm able to build my stock. And there's so many benefits of being a consultant. It's just crazy. But what I'll do is as I do that, I'll tell myself, okay, I have $10 to work with. And then as I use it, I will write down what it is. So I know when I have this random extra product that's not on any orders, I know that's my product that I did. And I kind of know what I did with each order. And there is, if I have something in stock, you see that bar back there? I will write on the same note as well and put in stock the item, and then I will write down what I bought myself to replace that stock. So I'm kind of moving stock so I don't have this stock sitting in my, office for too long. But I kind of know what I'm doing, and then I highlight it. I have a little, like a little color-coded little legend cheat sheet thing. And so when I have something that says stock on hand, reordered, different product needs to be logged in Maven. So I highlight it in yellow. So then I know I need to go in and add that specific order, that product to that person's profile. And then once I have it, I'm able to check it off that it's in there. And then I highlight it with green at the top of the order form, right at the top. And then so I know that it was entered into Maven, and then I can file the order form. So in case you're wondering what the color codes and what I have is, I have like purple for PWS orders, needs thank you letter and gift mailed. This I made up for my assistant. I'm currently in between assistants, so this helps me kind of keep on track as well. But when I have an assistant, I can just highlight and she knows exactly what needs to happen. Direct ship is orange, so I have some orders here that they took, but they want it shipped somewhere else. So I highlight it so I know when it doesn't come in the order that's being delivered here, I'm not like, oh my gosh, where's this product? I automatically see the orange and I know it was shipped somewhere else. Let's see. Gift, I will highlight in pink if I will maybe I'll pick up the cost of the shipping for like a really good client or that's out of state or something. So then I know this needs to be logged in my expenses log for tax deductions. So I'll keep one copy in my tax deduction log. I'll scan it in to I have a neat scanner that logs everything, but then I have my physical accordion binder. And then once it's in there, I know that it's been logged. Enter into, now I have an app called Remind. It's a school app, but when I do fundraisers, I mean, I use it for so many purposes, but for fundraisers, I'm able to get a list of all of the packets and I get their cell phone numbers, and then I put all of them in a group, and it's all the parents. and then I'm able to text them the link to the Facebook, to the online party. And then I can do updates. Like I can remind them, hey guys, I'm picking up packets tomorrow. Make sure you get all your orders, all your payments done, blah, blah, blah. If something goes out of stock, I'm able to give them, that information. They're able to contact me with questions and stuff. It's so awesome. But every order I get, if I have their phone number, I will text them and say, hey, I have an app that keeps you up to date, and I have a group called Scentsy Update. And I ask them if they want to be added to it. And I'm like, you don't have to respond. It just keeps you updated. If there's anything you want, you can respond to me. And then if they do want it, I will put it in blue that it got added to remind. And then this is for my assistant. If you have an assistant, that I put NC for new customer. And so she knows that it says give to Jess to log Maven and remind. So I have to make sure everything's, they're a new customer. So they're not on remind. They're possibly not in Maven, because it could be just like a stock order that they bought from me. But it also tells her that I need a profile sheet made up, because I like a physical profile sheet where I keep all of my orders. And so as they reorder, they go into a protector sheet with their profile sheet in the front. And then established client is an EC. So that means that they should have a profile and a protector sheet with previous order forms in the back. And then I just put a little red Sharpie if I invited them to my Facebook page. So I try to send everybody that I have a cell phone number to. I try to find everybody on Facebook. If I don't find them, I will send them my link via text and say, hey, this is my Facebook business page. I'd love for you to, like it, and you'll get updates. And they'll either be added to remind or Facebook business, or they do both. It just depends on the person. So this is the way I just keep very organized and kind of know what's going on with each customer and each order. And then she kind of made her own little notes here: needs green and blue before file from Jess. So she knows that she shouldn't file it until she has a green and blue on it for a new customer, excuse me. And then I would let her know, like, this person doesn't want to be on remind, so then she knows that it could still be processed. So, and then she put a little note here: entered into contacts in workstation. So she knows I won't give this to her until I know everything was entered in the workstation. And then I'll just hand it to her if I need her to do it for me and let her know. But this is a really handy, I'm probably going to have to do a little bit, more professional looking, but she has a copy, and then I have a copy at my desk over there. So I've been working on her desk a lot lately. I don't know why. I actually have a really good view of the strip right now. That's why I like it. So anyways, I hope this helps. I know this is kind of long, but I always like to help in any way, and just add any kind of tips I can with fundraisers. So please like and subscribe, and any questions, comments, please feel free to comment below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Bye. Have a great day.